viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. In these tutorials, we will be solving some problems under SED. So basically, we're looking at multiplication of SED. We have types, so we'll be taking the types one after the other, and we'll be looking at some problems under each type. Alright, so type 1. Multiplication of a SED by a fraction. Multiplication of a SED by a fraction. How to multiply a given SED by a fraction. Now, hints. Express the given SED in its simplest form. You first express the given SED in its simplest form. Second, you cross out common fractions if possible. These are the 2 hints you need to follow before you can solve any problem under multiplication of a SED by a given fraction. Alright, so let's look at some problems here. Question 1. We have simplify. Simplify 2 root 45. 2 root 45 all over 3. Alright, so first problem. Simplify 2 over 3 roots 45. That is what? Multiplication of a SED by a given fraction. So this is our fraction. 2 over 3 is our fraction. Multiplying the SED, that is root 45. Now, it says express the given SED in its simplest form. This SED, you have to express it in its simplest form. After you are done, then you cancel out common fractions if possible. So the solution. Alright. So our 2 over 3 times, we are expressing the SED in its simplest form. That is with 45. So we have 9 times 5. 9 times 5, because 9 times 5 is 45. Alright, so we express it in its simplest form again. 2 over 3 times, we break this square root here, we have root 9 times root 5. Now, root 9 is 3, so we have 2 over 3 times 3 times root 5. Alright, so clearly as you can see, our 3 here cancels the 3 here, so we are left with 2 times root 5. 2 times root 5, and that will be our final answer. That is 2 times root 5, and our answer is equal to 2 root 5. And answer is 2 root 5. Now, let's look at second problem. Second question. Alright. Question 2. We have simplify root of 88 all over 4. Root of 88 all over 4. Root of 88 over 4. Alright, so we follow the same hint here. We express the given SED in its simplest form. You cross out common fractions if possible. Alright. Our fraction here is 1 over 4. Do not forget it's 1 over 4 here. Alright, so our solution. Alright, so we have 1 over 4 times our root sign, that is 88. The hint says you should express the given SED in its simplest form. So it's 88. We need to express it in its simplest form before. Okay, so expressing with 88 in its simplest form, this is what we are going to have. We have our 1 over 4 times, we are breaking a square root here. Alright, so we have 44 times 2. make it more simple, okay, let's do this way. We have 4 times 22. Alright, so 4 times 22, that is a perfect square times 22, that is 4. Alright. Now, we move ahead, we have 1/4 times, we split our square root sign here, so we have root of 4 times root 22. Root 22. Now, root 4 is a perfect square, and root 4 is 2. Root 4 is 2, so we have 1/4 times 2. That's our root of 22. Alright, clearly you can see our 2 here cancels here, 1. Remember 2 here. Alright, so we are left with, we have 1/2 times root 22. 1/2 times root 22. That is 1 times root 22 is root 22. And our final answer is equal to root of 22 over 2 as our final answer. So all that you need to do here is to simplify, express the given set in its simplest form, and cross out common fractions if possible. Common fractions if possible. Cross out common fractions if possible. Now let's look at another type. We have type 1, that is multiplication of a set by a given fraction. Let's move on to the type 2. Type 2. Type 2. Type 2. Then we have multiplication of a set by a set, okay, by another set. Multiplication of a set by another set. Alright, with a type 2, we are going to multiply a given set by another set. A given set by another set. So the hint here is what you do. You express the given set in its simplest form, or the set in the question, you express it in its simplest form. After you are done, you group like terms. You group like terms to get your final answer. So let's look at some problems under the type 2. Okay, our first question we have simplify root of 18 times root 20. Root of 18 times root 20. Alright. So the hint here is that to express this given set in its simplest form, express the set here in its simplest form. After you are done with that one, then you group like terms. And you multiply them. Right, so let's look at the solution here. Alright, so we are expressing it in its simplest form in the first place. Alright, so with 18, we have with 18 times with 20. We need to break it down. So we have with 18, we have 9 times 2 times, we are breaking the 20 with 22. So we have 4 times 5. 4 times 5. Alright, so this root here, we can break it again as separately as with 9 times root 2 times the same thing applies here. We are breaking this square root here. We have root 4 times root 5. Alright, now root of 9 Root of 9 is 3. We have root 9 is 3 times root 2 times the roots of 4 is 2. So we have times our 2 times our roots 5. Our roots 5. Alright. Now we have expressed the given set in its simplest form. Our next thing to do here is to multiply them. We are going to multiply 3 by the 2 and the square root sign. Root 5 times root 2 as well. Alright, so we do. That is the third property of a set. Remember, so we have 3 times 2 times root of 2 times 5. Root of 2 times 5. And we are having 2 times 3 is 6. The root of 2 times 5 is 10. And our final answer is 6 root 10. 6 root 10 as our final answer. Alright, so let's move on. We are moving on to the division aspect. Division of a set. Division of a set. You see that.